Hi Panthers, it's Miss Morrison, and I wanted to do a phys ed video with you today about balance. For my grades 3, 4, and 5, we talked about 5 key concepts that were really important for balance. The first was our center of gravity. And we know that our center of gravity is located near our belly button, and typically if we get lower to the ground, it might be a bit easier to hold our balance. And as we get higher above the ground, it gets it a little bit more challenging. But center of gravity is something we can play with to help become more stable and to have better balance overall. The second is body alignment. Now, this is when we stack our body parts together in a row, like mountain pose in yoga, or standing straight and tall. Our body is typically aligned. Our ankles are in line with our knees are in line with our hips are in line with our shoulder, and our shoulders in line with our neck and our head. So we're nice and straight. When we have our body aligned, we typically are more stable, more balanced. When our body's out of alignment, we typically get wiggly and we find it more challenging to hold that balance. Our next one is muscular tension. So that's when we flex and unflex our muscles. Typically when we flex our muscles and we're trying to hold a position or a posture, that helps our balance become more stable and it helps us maintain balance better. Last but not least is base of support. Now, when we're using base of support, typically a wider base will help us maintain our balance a little bit better. As we narrow our base, like in tree pose, our balance gets a little bit more less stable, but if we use some of those other balancing concepts, it can help us strengthen our posture and our position. The last one that I don't have a card for is finding a focal point. So that means finding a spot to focus on and look at as you are trying to balance, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth while you're focusing on that spot that's slightly in front of you. That will help as well. So I hope you guys can use these concepts in the challenges that I provide you next. The first challenge is to see if you can create a one-part body balance. So that means only one body part is touching the ground. You might say, Miss Morrison, how am I supposed to do that? Well, we've practiced these, and just to give you an example, a one-part body balance could look like tree pose, or could look like stork stand, or Superman pose. I want you to try a two-part body balance. So that means only 2 body parts touching the ground. Show someone at home how well you can balance and try to hold it for at least 3 to 5 seconds. Next, a 3-part body balance. Only 3 body parts touching the ground. And then a 4-part body balance, say like crab or downward facing dog. And then last but not least, a 5 or a 6-part body balance. So as you add body parts, what you're going to notice is balancing becoming easier or harder? I think someone said it. As you add more body parts touching the ground, it gets much easier to balance because we're adding a wider base of support. And we're doing a whole lot of other things that help us become more stable and focused. So I hope you guys have fun with this video. I hope you have fun trying out the different balances and you use some of our key concepts to help you become more stable, more focused, and have fun trying them. Bye, everybody.